Everyone, so we got breaking news. The Lakers have signed a center to a two-way deal. So Lakers signing Harry Giles III to a free agent deal on a two-way contract. So per Shams, free agent center forward Harry Giles III has agreed on a two-way NBA contract with the Los Angeles Lakers. His agent, Daniel Hazen of Hazen Sports Management, told the Athletic Stadium, Lakers adding depth at the center position in wake of injuries to Christian Wood and Colin Castleton. So obviously, Lakers, they could use a center. Colin Castleton, he got hurt. G League, Christian Wood, he's out. Right now, it's just Anthony Davis and Jackson Hayes. That's basically all of our big man depth at the center and power forward position. Harry Giles is a guy who was waived most recently by the Brooklyn Nets after the trade deadline deal with the Raptors, and he's just kind of been floating around. He's still extremely young, 25 years old. He was looked at as a prize pick and a potential going into Duke as a potential lottery pick. This was a guy that was very high on many people's draft boards and whatnot. And at 6'10", 7'3" wingspan, he ultimately ended up falling in the first round as the 20th pick. A lot of it has just been injury plagued. He just cannot stay healthy. He cannot stay on the basketball court, which has been a big issue from college to the pros. And the idea is that he has so much potential, so much ability, so much versatility as a two-way center power forward in this league that if he can just get right, he's a guy that can make an impact at some point later on down the line. If you look at his stats inherently, not great. The most he ever played in his career so far was 58 games with Sacramento in the 2018-2019 season, which was his rookie season. Played 58 games, averaged 14 minutes, shot 50% from the field on 6 attempts. Didn't really take many threes that year. Doesn't really take many threes, period. But he does, you can kind of see at times, like, okay, this is a guy that maybe could get there if he works and develops on it. But was 51.2% that season from two-point range, 64% from the foul line that year, averaged 7 points, 4 rebounds, 1.5 assists, half a steal, half a block, 1.3 turnovers, and played the power forward position. His best season overall was the following year, in which he played in just 46 games, started 17 of them, played 14 and a half minutes, shot 55.5% from the field, 55.8% from two-point range on 6 attempts. He shot 78% from the foul line, averaged 4.1 rebounds, 1.3 assists, half a steal, half a block, 1 turnover, 7 points. Again, nothing that jumps out on the page. A lot of it has just been injuries, right? Played the 2 years with Sacramento, played the year in Portland, and then with Brooklyn, and then was out for between 2021 and basically the 2023 season. So he has not gotten the chance to really play. Again, most of it has been due to injuries, but I as a project big, I really like Harry Giles. Look, I've been a big Duke guy. I've talked about this before. Duke has always been like my favorite college as a kid growing up, watching Lautner and J.J. Redick, and I was just always captivated by Duke. I was a 90s kid, grew up in the 90s, so Duke was the team that you didn't want to see, right? Always a dream of mine to go and play for Duke. I wasn't good enough, but I've always followed Duke, so I'm very familiar with players that come out of Duke. Kyrie, even when he came out, Brandon Ingram was the guy I was screaming like, please draft him. And Harry Giles, I think, is a guy that, again, he was perceived as like the next great versatile big man in the NBA, and a guy that, if he can just get his body right, could really have that impact. Question is, how much opportunity will he get with the Lakers? How much of an actual signing is this for? Because he's on a two-way deal. the Lakers aren't going to sign him more likely than not, unless he's just like unbelievable. Are probably not going to sign him to a guaranteed contract this season, because anybody that they would have to waive, right? The issue is they count towards the cap next season, because they're very limited on guys. Two of them are bigs, Christian Wood, Jackson Hayes. Those are two guys that they would have to pay next season, and it would affect their cap next year. So I just don't see the Lakers doing that when everything's already kind of like shaky next season for them, and they already are going to have to jump through hoops and navigate and figure stuff out. It's going to be tough no matter what. So I just don't think that they're going to want to put any type of burden on it regardless. So I just think personally that Harry Giles is a guy that they're bringing in, get a good look at him, see, can he stay healthy? 2, is he a guy that can fit in and play a role on this team in limited minutes? And 3, if we have him under two-way next season, right, let's say Jackson Hayes opts out or Christian Wood opts out, and we just need another big man, we just need another big body, even if it's just for the end of the bench. Well, you got a guy in Harry Giles that you can kind of grow, develop under your banner, and then move him over into the starting unit if not. To me, this is more so of just getting him under the Laker banner and then figuring it out from there, right? That's kind of how I perceive this. I just think that that's kind of the direction the Lakers are going with this. I don't necessarily think the Lakers are looking at this as like he is the long-term answer right now. Maybe he could at some point, right? Again, if he can just get healthy, if he can just stay on the basketball court, then I do think he's a guy that can make some noise. I don't know if he's going to ever be like a starting caliber or the guy that you want, but even if he just evolves and develops into like a quality backup, right, that can play the 4 and the 5, then that's perfect. Right? Not everyone has to be a superstar. Not everyone has to be a top 10 player or anything like that. Not everyone has to be an all-star. You need those versatile big men. You need those guys that can come in and play a role. If Harry Giles can kind of become that diamond in the rough, the guy that has kind of been written off because of his injury history, which, look, I mean, if you look at the Lakers' injury history the last, several years, and especially this year, Harry Giles and his injury history is probably not the best bet, but in all seriousness, it's it's a very, very low risk, high reward because he's on a two-way. So if he's great. Now you have control over him. You can, figure out what you want to do with him. Do you let him go? Do you bring him in to an actual roster spot at some point? I don't necessarily again see them doing it this season unless he is just great. Right? Like if he comes in and he has double games and he's just a monster out there, then maybe they look at it and go, man, we could really use another big man come the postseason, and they waive somebody. But again, who are they waiving is the question, because it's like Cam Reddish, Christian Wood, and Jackson Hayes. And Cam Reddish and Jackson Hayes are extremely needed. Christian Wood is a healthier current, better version of Harry Giles. Harry Giles is bigger and longer and more of a closer to a true 7-footer. Like I said, he's 6'10", 6'11", 7'3" wingspan. But, Christian Wood is more versatile. So I would rather keep Christian Wood personally over Harry Giles. And Harry Giles isn't like some big body that's just going to he's not a guy that's going to be able to bang with Jokic or anything like that. But you do need somebody that it's just to get another big man to work, test out, and see how it goes. At age 25, I don't think he's ever going to be like the guy or anything like that, but I do think he's a guy that can really make an impact. Maybe not so much this season, but maybe later on down the road. I'm rooting for the kid, right? I want to see him have success. I want to see him get healthy. I want to see him get right. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. I pass a question on to you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? Are you excited that the Lakers signed a big man and Harry Giles? Do you think no, the Lakers, should have went with somebody else? Again, however you feel, whatever your thoughts are, I'd love to hear it. So let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. Lets me enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe to the channel, hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate you all. See you in the next one. Thank you.